These officers, when faced with a deadly force encounter by a female who decided, not was put into a situation, but decided to grab a butcher knife and charge at them, acted exactly as they were trained to do.
Only on Fox 4, the Independence police chief says his officers acted accordingly in the deadly police shooting of a mother and her baby. Last week, the Jackson County prosecutor declined to file any charges against law enforcement in the November 2024 shooting of Maria Pike and her baby. I'm Lauren Halifax.
I'm Bria Love. Maria Pike's sister spoke with Fox 4's Hannah King earlier today, and she explained the family's meeting with the prosecutor's office.
Oh, they showed us the footage, the 911 call. They had a little PowerPoint about what the laws are pertaining to self-defense and deadly force.
Well, Independence Police Chief Adam Dustman says he has sympathy for the family, but he also says some of the claims Pike's family members made about what happened are not true.
Fox 4's Malik Jackson spoke to Chief Dustman today. He's outside police headquarters in Independence now with more. Malik?
Yeah, Lauren and Bria, Chief Dustman tells us that these are two veteran officers, the two that were in the room when this happened. Nearly 30 years combined in law enforcement, but most importantly, they're fathers. They're human beings, and this has weighed on them since that November day. But Dustman says that his officers did what they were trained to do.
Whoa. There is one person that is responsible for the events of that day. One person decided to grab a knife, and one person set that horrifically tragic set of events in motion, and that is who was responsible.
And that person, Chief Adam Dustman says, is Maria Pike, who he says in his mind used her child as a human shield intentionally. His most blunt assessment and first thoughts since that November day, responding to a family who feels like justice has eluded them.
And you were telling me if I am faced with the same situation and the result is either what happens, or my officer goes home with knife wounds or doesn't go home at all, I expect that they act. That's what they're trained to do.
His officers responding to a domestic call from the child's father. According to prosecutors, police had the right to be in the apartment according to the law. They even say police tried to de-escalate the situation for almost 12 minutes. But Pike grabbed the knife and lunged at the officer, and he pulled the trigger in just milliseconds. However, the Jackson County prosecutor said in part in a 16-page letter that she frankly wished that the circumstances were handled differently.
While I can understand and sympathize with someone that says we wish that the circumstances were different, well, of course we wish, but we have to respond to reality, not to fantasy.
Now, Chief Dustman explained to me why the mental health co-responder was not in the room and why that had no impact on this shooting. That explanation will be attached to this story on fox4kc.com. As for these two officers, they will be back on the streets of Independence in just a matter of weeks. And Chief Dustman will hold a press conference later this week to address his community. Bria, Lauren.